Wow, what a game. What a fun game. And what a way to end it. With nothing but a two-part floor and a two-part battle. Two bosses, two deadly men to fight. Well, one's not even really human. But yes, what a game. And for the first time in my life, I played Spirit Destiny before, not as much as Wolfenstein 3D, but a decent amount. But I don't think I have never ever completed this whole game with 100% kills, secrets, and treasure on the I Am Death Incarnate difficulty. So, hats off for me, I've done it again. Yes. Oh, I did it. We finished this game in almost an hour and a half. Well, actually, almost an hour and 40 minutes, my bad. with 96 minutes, so pretty good, I'd say, on my part. So, as you saw, floor 18, well, technically, this game has 21 levels. And technically, the second part of floor 18 is floor 21, but it doesn't ever show floor 21, so I just did this whole map at once, called it floor 18. It pretty much has two parts to it. The first part is just the boss battle with the Death Knight. The Death Knight is a pretty deadly boss. I still think the Uber Mutant, though, is the hardest boss because of its quickness and such. But the Death Knight is definitely somebody you do not want to mess around with. And the way, of course, I did, as I've said before, I like to play a little risky sometimes. Spirit Destiny does, I'm not as familiar with it as Wolfenstein 3D. I shall say that I couldn't be as risky as I probably would have liked to, but this is one map where I was not afraid to be risky at all. Just run out there in the middle of a big ambush where probably a ton of mutants and a couple Shustafel are, and just circle around the perimeter just to mow all those guards down. It's just a pretty fun thing to do. And of course, when you get into the Death Knight again, he can be pretty tough to kill, though. He has one of the bigger health packs, I'd say, out of most of the bosses in this game. But yeah, so the first part of this floor can be pretty deadly, but you can have fun with it and be a little risky if you want to. Now, as you saw, after you defeat the Death Knight, you take the gold key, and you go into the vault, in the blue vault right by you, and inside there is the spear. But you think you're done then, but when you come out, you're pretty much sucked into hell, and you have to fight the Angel of Death to prove that you are worthy of the spear. Now, that map, I mean, it's not really too difficult at all. I mean, you do have those ghostly specters, whatever they're called. Just use the machine gun just to kill them. You can temporarily extinguish them, but they do come back to life. They're pretty much just like the Pac-Man ghost from Wolfenstein 3D, with the exception of you can actually shoot it. But when they get up to you, they can suck you to death pretty quickly. The secrets, though, can be a little bit tough. And getting the treasure, too, because it's all so spread out like a big open type maze. But luckily, most of that stuff is on the outside of the level. I mean, if you just want to kill the Angel of Death right away, he's in a pretty easy spot to find. You don't have to venture off too far to try him. So finding him is not that confusing, as long as you can find your way back to the vault. He's pretty much just right behind the blue vault. And I mean, he throws those deadly green missiles or green balls at you. I can't tell exactly what they are, but they're some type of laser bombs. But when he's not firing, he does take a little too much time just to, let you hit him. So as long as you're pretty close to him and don't have too many specters surrounding you, then he's not really extremely tough to battle. But whenever he's shooting those green lasers at you, you gotta get out of the way pretty quickly, because they can be pretty deadly. They're like Dr. Shaft's syringes. But yes, I mean, definitely a fun way to end the game, and a very fun game. But of course, like all Wolfenstein games, even after every episode, there is a story to go on. You were found by Allied forces on a grassy hill, a distance from the smoking remains of Castle Nuremberg. The spear clutched in your wounded hands. A thin, wispy smoke rose off your still body. The grass beneath you appeared, burned by fire. In the Allied hospital, you tell no one of your frightening final battle with the Angel of Death, lest they think you mad. But you still bear the scars of the other great foes of the castle, dark and deadly, starkly vivid in your memory, all fighting to defend this holy relic, to keep Hitler's twisted dream alive. With the spear gone, the Third Reich will fall. May it never rise again. We owe you a great debt, Mr. Blazkowicz. You have served your country well. With the spear gone, the Allies will finally be able to destroy Hitler. But that's another story. We know what they're talking about there. As I said before, this game, Spear of Destiny, actually takes place before Wolfenstein 3D, but it was made after Wolfenstein 3D. And of course, all these last few slides for the credits are just shots of the bosses. Even though I can't tell which one's which. Well, that one's probably the Death Knight right there. Thanks for playing. And the end. Yes, indeed, it is the end. We have completed Wolfenstein 3D Spear of Destiny, a very fun game. Only the second ever Wolfenstein mod that I ever played. For years, it was Wolfenstein 3D. Then when I was in 4th grade, I played Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which I already have a Let's Play of that up. Check it out if you can. And then, of course, when I finally started, lurking around on YouTube, I found Spear of Destiny. I remember it was right after Christmas, a couple days, and I kept saying, I want this game so bad. It looks so much fun. I would love to have it. And I went to a bowling tournament. I came back to Spear of Destiny on my computer, ready for me to play. And I was excited, and I played. And once again, I have never, ever played this I played this game a couple times, not as many as Wolfenstein 3D. I'm not as familiar with this game as in Wolfenstein 3D, but luckily I had the map editor just to glance over to make sure I know where it is. Only 2 maps in this game, though. I needed to actually have a screenshot of the map up on my phone, which was floors 11 and floor 20 because of all the secrets. But other than that, I still think I did a pretty decent job. Most of the maps didn't take too many attempts for me to get past. But yeah, that is it. Spear of Destiny, a fun game. Definitely a little harder than Wolfenstein 3D with the challenging levels. Most of these levels are definitely harder than Wolfenstein 3D maps. Most of them, I'd say. Some of them, maybe not as much. You know, the more pack guards, different designs, and of course, a couple, not really many new items. Well, besides the what's it called? Oh yeah, the ammo boxes. But yeah, now for what's next, I haven't been asked about doing these yet, but in case if you were wondering, I don't plan on doing the Lost missions, the Lost Spear of Destiny missions, which are Spear of Destiny Return to Danger and Spear of Destiny Ultimate Challenge. Oh, oops. I named one of my custom mods Ultimate Challenge, but oh well. But I don't plan on doing those 2 missions now. I mean, I don't really know if I ever will do them. I've done them before. I mean, I played them before, not that much though, but they weren't really that intriguing to me, so I'm probably just going to pass on those. I don't know, maybe one day I'll give in and do them, who knows. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to take a small little break from Wolfenstein again, do some more baseball videos, and then I do want to do all this in Wolf 3D, but before I get there, there is another Wolfenstein mod I want to do, and it's a surprise. I've talked about doing this one quite a bit back when I did my first set of custom levels, which I think you all probably know what this is if you've watched it before. So you'll see then, and then I'll work on all this in Wolf 3D, which that's going to be a challenge because the maps don't open up in map editor, so I'm going to have to practice those maps several times to try to find all the secrets and stuff, and that way I can play that one 100%, and definitely play level 69, because that floor is definitely a floor to see. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. There's a couple videos of it on YouTube. Just type in all this in Wolf 3D, level 69. But yeah, that is it, everybody. I've talked a lot. I am glad I finished this. Definitely, you know, check out any of my custom levels if you want. Check out any of my wrestling videos, anything on my channel at all whatsoever. I won't ramble on all about that. But yeah, that is it. I am out here, guys, so I will see you guys in my next video, whatever I decide to do next. So until then, I am the Club of the Man, 1993, and I'm signing out. Take care, everybody.